is high, the deuce is low. Now let's meet Jim and start the show on Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Curry.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You're very kind. Thank you. That's nice. I like that opening poem. I want to thank them for the plug, too, in the poem. That poem was sent in by Kelly McLaughlin of Jefferson, Massachusetts. Kelly, thank you for sending in that poem. But I have another poem. that Gene did. Incidentally, we've had a lot of poems sent in. We're very grateful. Keep it up because it is kind of fun. But we had one that Gene did not pick out. I have the letter here. This came from 12-year-old Jennifer Locke. And Jennifer wrote, "The sky is blue. The wind is strong. There goes a sailboat sailing along." On Card Sharks? Well, I liked it anyway, Jennifer. We're about to go for the big money with our champion. Let's bring out Steve Schwartz. Come on, Steve. Hey, Steve. Good to see you.
How you doing, Jim?
Now, you just got out of school and you were going to be doing some traveling across the country. Now that you are $11,800 richer, what are you thinking?
Well, I think I may be going in a Cadillac, I'll tell you, and then maybe go to Europe after I get to New York.
Isn't that nice? But you're not going to change the plans, huh?
No, I'm still going, just a little bit longer and a little bit farther.
Are you ready to add to those winnings now?
I'm ready to try.
Then let's open the board and get to the money cards. Come on, Steve, let's do it. Come on up. Well, you just won $200 as we left off in the last game. That's yours to keep as always. And we're going to give you new cards and new money to bet with. Starting on the bottom line with $200 and these three cards. Bet that as you will. When you move up to the second level, we add another $200 of betting money, three more cards. $50 minimum bets till you get to the top card, the big bet. There you must bet at least half the dollars. Steve, you did very well the last time. Let's do it again. Here's $200. As in the game, you have a choice of two base cards on the bottom line. Remember, when you move up to the second level, we add the other $200. Again, you can change your base card. When you move up for the big bet, you can change your base card again. That should help you, and let's get started. Here's your first base card. It is a 10. Do you want that?
Oh, I don't like those 10s. Give me another card.
All right, you must play this one. It is a 4. Card.
I'll go the whole thing higher. $200 higher.
$200 higher than a 4. And it is a 10. That time you like seeing a 10.
Oh. Like I said, I don't like those 10s. I'll just go $200 lower.
You'll just go half the money, huh?
Just half of it.
$200
lower.
Lower than a 10. And it is 600, Steve.
Okay, I'm going to go $300 higher.
Again, half of it, $300 higher than a 5. You're up to $900 as we move the 8 up. We give you the other $200 in betting money, Steve. You got $1,100. Do you want the 8?
Get rid of the 8. Get rid of the 8.
Advantage where you can change that base card. I hope it works out for you. It is a 4.
I'm going to go $800 higher.
$800 higher than a 4. Yes!
The whole thing lower. The whole thing lower.
$1,900 lower than an ace. Yeah, $3,800. You're looking at a tough card, the 9, Steve.
Okay, I'm going to go $300 lower.
See if we can get a better card and another $300 lower than a 9 for $300. No, it's a queen. Not too bad though, because the queen moves up. You've got $3,500. Do you want to play that queen?
Okay, I'm going to stay with the lady. And I'm going to go $2,500 lower.
$2,500. Lower than a queen. Steve, we are with you. Lower than a queen. Yes! $6,000!
Yeah! Way to go! My, thank you.
Nicely done. You got guts. Come on down here. That's super. Whoa. Steve, you are now up to $17,800 in just 2 games. Do you believe it now?
I still don't believe it.
We'll meet a new challenger right after this commercial message. Don't go away. All right, Steve, let's get ready to defend that title now. And we will open the board and get to the cards. Janice and Bettina, if you will, start loading in the cards. We've got 2 brand new decks of cards, and we'll meet our next challenger on Card Sharks. Hello, Julie. Julie Cade. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
Won't you tell us about yourself?
Yes, I live in Manhattan Beach, and I am a deputy sheriff for Los Angeles County. Oh, and I ride in a patrol car, and I work out of Carson Sheriff Station.
Do you carry a gun?
Oh, yes.
Yes?
Yes.
A pretty lady like you?
Thank you.
Do you intimidate anybody in your uniform?
I don't know.
You look so good. I bet they'll go along peacefully, Julie.
Most of the time they do.
Good luck in the match. Good luck
Thank
to
you.
both of you. Each player has a deck of 52 playing cards. They're shuffled. The players cut the cards before we go on the air, and the upper cards, the red cards, will be played by the champion, Steve. The lower cards, the blue cards, will be played by the challenger, Julie. Before you can begin calling high-low on the cards, you must win a high-low toss-up question. And we always start with a question to the champion, because actually that's the disadvantage. Picking high-low seems to be more of an advantage. Steve, we asked 100 married women. Have you ever spoken these three little words to your husband? Don't touch me. How many women said they had?
I'm sure most married women have said it at one time or another. I'd have to say 83.
83. Julie?
Well, you hear a lot about that. I have a headache and all these other things that women say. 83% is pretty high, though. I would say it would be lower.
So you say lower than 83 out of 100 said
Yes.
that. If it is lower, you'll go to the board first. If not, it'll be Steve. The actual number of married women who have told their husbands, don't touch me, is 69. It's lower. Julie. And Julie, we're going to look at your base card. We start with a 5. Remember, every time you win the question, you have the right to change it if you like.
I'm going to go with it, and I'm going to say the next card is higher.
Higher than a 5? Yes, with a 10. You can freeze at any time. Your decision.
I'm going to go one more time, and I'm going to say that the next card is lower.
Risking that card and this one lower than a 10, and it is a 6.
I'm going to freeze.
That's your freeze. Move the freeze bar over. Can't take those cards away, and you've kept Steve away from his cards. Julie, now you know there's been a lot in the press lately about test tube babies. We've all been reading about it. We asked 100 women, if you were unable to have children, would you want to have a test tube baby? How many women said they would want to have a test tube baby?
Oh, if a woman wants to have a baby, and that's a way to, I understand that the doctors are getting a lot of letters, I would say a great deal. I'll say 85%.
85. Steve, higher or lower?
I don't know. It's such a new thing that people really haven't accepted it completely yet. I'd have to say lower, definitely.
Say lower than that. The actual number of women who, if they could not have a baby, would want to have a test tube baby is 57. It's lower. Steve, yes. Steve, we'll take a look at your base card. You've got a 3.
I'm going higher. Higher with the 3.
Higher than a 3? Oh, no, it's another 3. And that's not higher, so you lose that card. Julie, a chance to play off the 6 and call this. You can't change it. You didn't win the question.
The next card is higher.
Higher than a 6. And it is a king.
The next card is lower.
If this is lower, the challenger has the first game of the best 2 out of 3 match. And she does with the jack. Game 1 to the challenger. We'll set up for game 2. Nicely done, Julie. And you've got $100 in the first game. Steve, the pressure's on now. If you need 2 in a row to keep that championship. Here are the next cards off the top of the deck. And the question to you, Steve. We asked 100 bachelors, if all your ex-girlfriends rated your ability as a lover, and you had the only copy of the ratings, would you burn the ratings or Xerox 100 copies? How many bachelors said they would burn the ratings?
I don't think too many of them would burn the ratings because they probably all think they're pretty good. So
yeah, but the girlfriends are rating them, remember?
I'd have to say 20 would burn them.
20 would burn the ratings instead of keeping them and Xeroxing them, Julie.
I suppose there's some ego involved in this, but I would think it would be a little bit higher.
You say higher.
Higher.
From the woman's standpoint, you think it's higher. The actual number of bachelors who would burn their ex-girlfriend's ratings rather than Xerox them is 32. It's higher, Julie. Yes. And the base card, a 6. Do you want it?
I'd like to change it.
See if we can improve that 6 with a queen. Yes.
Take it, good. The next card is lower.
Lower than a queen, a 7.
I'm going to freeze.
Freezing it right there, right away. And she's keeping Steve away from those cards. Can she continue to keep him away from the cards? Isn't that a pause? We'll be right back right into this commercial to find out if she can. Challenger Julie Cabe is the first game in the match at $100. And she leads in the second game. So, question to you, Julie. We asked 100 people. Have you ever eaten food in a restaurant that was left on the table from the people before you? How many people said they had?
Well, if you're talking about crackers and maybe some other things...
Just food.
Just food. I would say 30 people.
30 people have eaten from the table left before. Stephen?
I don't think that many people would do that. I really don't. I'd have to say definitely lower.
You say lower. And the actual number of people who have eaten food in a restaurant that was left on the table from the people before them is 2. It's lower, Steve. Yes. People don't do that too often. And your base card, Steve. Well, what's an 8? You want it?
Give me another card.
Gotta play this one. A 4. Better card.
Higher with the 4.
Higher than a 4? Yes.
Yeah.
Lower than a king. A 5.
Higher. I'm going to keep going.
Risking those 2 in this one higher? No. And you lose all 3 of them. Back to the base card. Julie, a chance to play off the 7 and call this.
It's lower than the 7.
Going against the odds a little bit. She feels it's lower. And no, it's another 7. Could not advance. We'll fill in the spaces. And the question to you, Steve. We asked 100 women in Sydney, Australia. Are you afraid to go out alone on the street at night? How many women said they are afraid to go out alone? Sydney, Australia.
I don't know much about Sydney, but I'd have to say in any area, any big city, it'd have to be a fairly decent amount. 25.
25 are afraid to go out at night. Julie?
In any big city, I think he's right, but I think it's going to be a little bit higher than that.
Even higher than that?
Yes.
The actual number of Australian women who are afraid to go out alone on the street at night is 61. Julie, wow, is it higher? Oh, boy. Do you want that 7, Julie?
No.
Changing the 7 to a king.
I'll take it. I'll take it. The next card is lower.
Lower than a king. Yes, a 10.
I'm going to have to go with it. The next card is lower.
Lower than a 10. A 4.
I'm going to go with it, and it's higher.
If this is higher, we have a new champion on Card Sharks for the win. Nice, she did. Julie, congratulations. And Steve, you're leaving us with $17,800 in cold cash.
Thank you very much.
Have a good time traveling, Steve.
I will.
Thank you, Steve. Steven Schwartz. Julie, come on down here. Congratulations. That's nice. Julie will play the money cards right after we take time out for this commercial message, and I hope she makes a bundle. Back with our new champion, Julie Cabe. $200 richer, and I hope going to be a lot richer.
I hope so, too.
Let's open the board and get to the money cards. Come on, Julie. Step on up here. You know how we do it.
Yes, we do.
At $200, you can just put that in your pocket. We're going to give you new money to bet with. And Janice, if you will, start dealing in the cards. And as they put in those 7 cards, you know it can add up to thousands of dollars. I'm very excited about that new innovation where you can change that base card at each level.
I am, too.
That gives you a great edge there. We want you to win that money. Ready to go?
I'm ready.
$200.
Okay.
And as we say, you've got a choice of base cards on each level. We'll start on the bottom level with a 2.
I'll take it. I'll
Great
take
start.
it. The next card is higher.
How much you betting on that?
$200.
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
$200, all of it higher than a 2, and it is with a 4.
Excellent.
Still a low card.
Good card. $400 that it's higher than the 4.
Right away again, the $400 higher than a 4. No, a 2. Oh, but you've only busted on this level. Of course, you don't get to play that card. You're going to move up here with another $200 of betting money. We're still rooting for you. 4 cards to go, $200 and another 2, Julie.
Okay, I'll bet $200 that it's higher than the 2.
Gotta go with that card. Yes, $200 higher than a 2. A big ace. Great.
The whole $400 that it's lower than the ace.
$400 lower than an ace. A 7. Yeah, now $800 and a 7, Julie.
I will go $200 that it's higher than the 7.
$200, a big bet on a 7. I hope you're right. Higher. It is a king. $1,000 and a great card, a king. You gonna play that on the big bet?
I'll take the king and
$500 minimum bet. You must bet at least that. You can bet more.
$1,000 on the king.
Everything.
Everything.
You will have nothing or $2,000 if this is lower than a king. And it is! $2,000. That's a way to finish up. That's super, Julie. Come on down here. You made a great comeback.
Thank you. Oh, that's beautiful.
Julie K with $2,200 in the championship. We'll be right back with a new challenger after this. Let's set up for the next match. Two brand new decks of cards and our next challenger on Card Sharks. Jan Saichi. Hello, Jan. Welcome. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Won't you tell us about yourself?
Okay, my name is Jan Saichi, and I'm from Rosemead, California, where my husband is the mayor. And it's so...
You know, you just now made a lot of guys very unhappy there, Jan.
Maybe I should have held that for later.
I'm sorry.
Well, it's sort of a fairy tale. When I was 16, I was Miss Rosemead. So, you know, she grew up and married the mayor
Isn't
and lived
that
happily
nice?
ever after.
Good, I hope so. Good to have you here, Jan.
Thank you.
You'll play the lower cards, the blue cards. Julie plays the upper cards, the red cards. And we start with a question to Julie. And, Julie, what'd you say you did for a living?
I'm a deputy sheriff for Los Angeles County.
We asked 100 police women across the country, have you ever dented your police car?
Oh.
How many police women admitted they had dented their police car?
I have never dented my police car.
Sure, Julie.
I would say 15.
15. Jan, higher or lower than 15?
I'd have to say it's got to be just a little bit higher.
Even higher than that.
Yeah.
The actual number of police women who have dented their police car is 44. It's higher, Jan. Your base card, Jan, is a 9.
Oh, I want to change it right now.
Changing it to a 10. A little better.
Okay, I'll say lower.
Lower than a 10? Yes.
Oh, okay. And I'll say higher.
Higher than a 2. A jack.
Oh, right, Joe. I've got to say lower.
Going to continue risking those 2 and this one lower than a jack. It is a 3. Going for the win right across the board for the first game in the match. Queen, she did it. Wow. Game number 1 of the challenger with $100. And boy, you really cleared the board. Let's set up quickly for game number 2. Same 2 decks of cards. These are the next cards off the top of the deck. And as Janice puts them in, we'll ask a question of you, Jan. We asked 100 women. Now, on many pieces of pillowcases and mattresses, pillows, there's a tag that says, "Do not remove under penalty of law." Have you ever removed one? How many of those 100 women said they had removed one of those tags?
You know, everybody wants to revolt a little bit, and you know, you have different plateaus of what's important to, and but I don't think it would be about 30.
30 have removed the tag, Julie.
No, I think that's for the manufacturer before it's sold, and so I think that it will be a little higher.
You're exactly right about the law, and you say higher. The actual number of women who had removed one of those tags that says "do not remove under penalty of law" is 53. I guess a lot of women know that law. Julie, you need this game to tie, and you're starting with a 10.
There's something about 10s. I'd like to change that, please.
Changing the 10 to a 7. Not a good change. Got to play that one.
The next card is lower than the 7.
Going against the odds, lower than a 7. No, it's a 10. Great for Jan to play off a 7 also.
No.
Call this, Jan.
I'm going to say higher.
Higher than a 7. It is a king.
And I'm going to say lower.
Lower than a king. It is a 6.
I'm going to freeze.
She'll freeze it right there, and we will say bye-bye. See you next time on Card Sharks. Take care. Bye-bye.
A representative of the studio audience will receive Oneider's Silversmith's gift certificate, allowing you to select your own showplace gifts for entertaining and gift-giving needs, including your choice of luxurious stainless flatware and silver-plated hollowware furnished by Oneider. And some of our contestants will receive Hamilton Beach's revolutionary new 2001 Space-Age electronic computer blender, touch controls for 16-speed selection, timer, digital readouts from Hamilton Beach Scoville, and Billy the Kid fashion coordinates for boys of all ages from toddlers to teens, Billy the Kid Boys Wear available in all leading stores. And better drinking water with Culligan's new SuperGuard. Bigger capacity, more filtration. Enjoy drinking from Culligan. And Town and Country Tableware by Washington Forge. Beautiful Fleetwood handles and mirror bright stainless steel. Dishwasher safe from Washington Forge. Additional prize furnished by Oneida Limited Silversmiths. This is Gene Wood speaking for Card Sharks, a Mark Goodson-Bill Todman production.